What? Yes, now all you got to do is wait till Elvis falls off the twig and gets pushed.
I'll get a transfer. Don't put ideas into her head. She's needed here.
Well, it's really nice to know that I'm wanted, so I take it I get the day off now.
No, just drinks at the pub tonight and don't push it, Doyle. You're not a senior yet.
The exam results?
PJ heard on the grapevine.
So I take it I came top of the class?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yes, Mrs. Downer.
Oh, well, guess I'm just not the academic type. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, right.
Thanks.
Right, we're on our way. Break-in at the hospital looks like drugs.
Right.
Yeah, better take someone with you.
Oh, and Maggie? Might be calling you boss next year.
They obviously forced the toilet window.
What, of the geriatrics ward?
That's right.
Who's on duty, Stella?
We should start at the moment, so it was just one nurse, Tracy Mitchell, but she was down the other end of the ward.
She didn't hear anything?
Apparently not. Look, I think you better speak to her yourself.
Good morning. Well, Stella, you have been embezzling the coffee money again, have you?
Really, Doctor?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm afraid we had a burglary last night, Dr. Mackenzie. The dangerous drugs cupboard in the geriatric ward.
You're joking. I thought I left all that sort of stuff behind me in Melbourne.
Well, we have our problems here too.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Senior Detective Hashem, Drew Mackenzie.
Oh, Detective, I've heard a lot about you.
Have you?
All good, believe me.
Good.
Anyway, I must get going. Nice to meet you again,
Bye-bye.
Meg. Bye-bye.
This way, please.
Wait. How do you know him?
Gina Belfonte. The ambulance driver, you know. Pretty dark hair.
Yeah, good figure. Another one. Yeah.
They've just moved in together.
What? Oh, pretty fast worker.
I wouldn't know.
I was right down the far end of the corridor. I've told Mrs. Downer already I've got a patient who needs his IV checked every hour.
This would have made quite a bit of noise.
I didn't hear anything.
I see anyone?
No.
So, Tracy, you just found the cupboard like that?
Yes.
So what exactly is missing?
The whole kit and caboodle. Aspirin, rohypnol, pethidine, you name it. I can let you have a list if you like.
Thank you.
You don't think they were looking for anything in particular, then?
Wouldn't say so. Just trying their luck, I suppose. Maybe one of those hippies out along the old St. David's Road.
Well, we'll see.
Can I go now? My mother will be wondering where I am.
Okay. We'll probably need to talk to you later on.
All right.
I know what you might be thinking, Mr. Hashem, but you're wrong. Not Tracy. I've known her quite some time. She's loyal, trustworthy. Wish there were more people like her. Her mother's got cancer. She'd be lost without Tracy. So would her father.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, who else would it be?
You'd be surprised. Listen, why don't you go and get dressed? I can't really have half-naked men cluttering at my pub.
Could afford me, Chris.
Someone might come in.
What, at this time of the morning?
Haven't you got a job to go to?
Yeah, the afternoon shift.
No, listen, some of us are busy even if you're not. Oh, look, I'm sorry, but this is just going to take a bit of getting used to.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. You're just going to have to be patient. Okay?
I suppose so. I'll go and get dressed then.
Good idea.
Don't know what you're missing out on, Chris.
So, what do you think about Nurse Mitchell?
I thought her story was a bit thin.
Oh, come on, to say the least.
She just didn't seem the type, though, did she?
What type is that, Max?
Druggy type.
Well, come on, they come in all shapes and sizes, you know that.
So you think she's lying?
To her teeth. Look, that break-in story's a lot of garbage.
Well, the toilet window was forced, but then again, that could have been a cover-up.
Oh, there you go. Now you're starting to think like a senior Connie.
You meant intelligently.
No, I mean sneaky, suspicious. Never trust anyone.
You think she's involved?
No, she spent a couple of years in the city. Picked up a few bad habits.
The drug squad know anything about it?
Nope, nothing yet. Let's see what we can dig up locally, though.
I'm just saying, you know...
Too much, as usual, Cooper. I want you and Wayne to take a drive out to St. David's Road. Sniff out what you can from the local potheads. Don't take that literally.
Detective Hashem, can I have a word, please?
So, Wayne, it was all multiple choice, huh?
Yep.
Just tick the right box.
So?
So I'm just saying you'll have a better chance of passing next time. Don't bite my head off.
Cooper.
Just going, boss.
So, you lied.
I'm sorry.
Why did you leave the ward, Tracy?
I was down in the foyer making a phone call. My mother's been very sick lately. I was worried about her.
Why didn't you tell us this before, Tracy?
Mrs. Downer, I didn't want her to know I'd left the ward.
How long were you gone?
10 minutes or so.
Right, when you came back, drug safe was broken into.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for coming in, Tracy.
What's going to happen now?
Well, if there's anything else we need to follow up on, we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Geez, you're a quick learner, aren't you, darling?
In what way?
Well, it's the first lesson in being a senior. You never let the suspect know what's going on.
Well, we still haven't decided whether she is a suspect.
How did you go with Tracy Mitchell?
Seems she wasn't in the ward after her, boss. She was out phoning her mum. Well, at least that's a story, so we've let her go for the
No,
moment.
the drug squad doesn't know anything about her. Looks like she's in the clear.
Now, can I offer you a coffee, Constable Doyle?
Oh, yeah, I'd really like that. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry. This offer's only extended to young career officers on the rise, not moribund country sergeants.
Well, unless you want to be an ex-career officer on the decline, I suggest you rethink the offer.
Good on you. Now, what is it? White and two, isn't it? How can I forget that? Now, what about you?
Turkish blend.
Turkish.
Mount Thomas 309 to Mount Thomas Station.
Mount Thomas Station, go ahead, Wayne.
Tell the boss that potheads are a bit scarce on the ground today.
Simon? What?
The only contact we've made is Simon Brophy. He's off his face as usual. Further, mate. He says he's happy to help us with our inquiries. Does he want us to bring him in?
Hang on.
Not a chance. Last time it took us 3 days to get rid of him and a week to get rid of the smell.
Wayne, unless Mr. Brophy's got some actual information about the missing drugs, we won't require him at this stage.
Mount Thomas 309 out.
What a little diplomat you are, Doyle.
First step up the ladder, eh?
Oh, not quite. I've still got to wait until a senior Connie's position becomes vacant, and even then there's no guarantee.
Yeah, but you're in the running, that's the main thing.
Yeah, well, as long as things don't become too difficult at work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's his problem, Maggie, not yours.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. OK, drinks.
Good. About time, Doyle. We're all dying of thirst here. All right, now here's to you. And I just want you to remember something my old sergeant said to me. Be careful whose toes you stand on the way up, because you're sure to meet them again on the way back down.
Yeah. At least you won't have that problem, mate.
Good one, Adam.
It's just a joke.
Oh, well done.
Oh, Gina, hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Maggie.
Why didn't you say anything at the hospital? Congratulations.
Thank
Gina,
you.
how are you? Oh, never better,
Oh,
thanks.
boss, this is Drew Mackenzie, Tom Croydon.
The thing,
Yeah, that's right. How are you? Very nice to meet you.
Everyone. What's everybody drinking? Champagne all right?
No, we got beers, all right, thanks.
Well, I'll get a couple of bottles of champagne anyway.
What's this, party pooping?
Taking a break from Cooper. He's driving me mad. Got to put up with him all week. I don't see how I should put up with him in my own time as well.
That's a bit over the top, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you don't have to work with him.
So I got home after the day from hell, and there was a message on my answering machine saying that I had to be in surgery in 5 hours. I couldn't take it any longer, so I resigned and left for the quiet life of the country.
Did you find it?
Well, frankly, no, but the air's cleaner and there are compensations.
Oh, you sexist pig.
I shall.
Oh, let me.
No, I'll get it. Yeah, I'll give you a hand. Comes on a bit strong, doesn't he?
Ah, new boy in town, he'll settle down. It's Wayne that's worrying me. He should never have sat for that exam.
Has his reasons.
Who that is? Dave Crossan.
Tracy Mitchell. And what's hard-working Nurse Mitchell doing with convicted dope grab?
I wonder. Perhaps we should get young Dave in for a bit of a chat tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oi! Digger! Come back here! Digger! Come here! Come back! Digger!
Oh, great dog, man. Yours?
Sometimes I wonder. Come on.
It looks like he's hungry.
Well, he shouldn't be. He's just had 2 bowls of dog biscuits for his breakfast, not to mention half my steak last night.
Oh, that's what it is, man. Too much meat. Needs more of the green stuff. You too, I reckon. Here, have some.
No, thanks also. Come on, let's go.
Oh, don't rush off, man. I've been expecting you.
Look, if it's about yesterday, forget it. It's just a routine inquiry. We don't need you to come down to the station.
No, that's not it, man. I just had these vibes. I knew you'd turn up. Especially after I found them.
Found what?
Come inside and I'll show you.
Why don't you bring whatever it is out, Simon? I'll wait here.
Whatever you say, man.
Another bath for you tonight, mate, and it's your own fault.
Here you go.
What is it? Reckons he found him under a gooseberry bush.
Not a gooseberry bush, a grevillea. Beautiful little red flowers.
Excuse me, what's this fax? Oh, Digger.
It's not Digger. Is that the list from the hospital?
Yeah, it is.
All right, you better check it out then.
Right, so Mr. Brophy, where exactly was this grevillea?
Down by the creek. I was taking this little stroll. It was a beautiful orangey kind of sky, the kind you feel you could just walk right into it.
Yeah, all right. Spare us the magical mystery tour. Just tell us about the drugs.
Like I said, man, stuffed under a bush.
And you just decided to hand them in like a good citizen, did you?
No use to me, Mr. Hashem. You know I don't believe in chemical stimulation.
Oh, yes.
All right, boss, everything's here except the pethidine, 1,000 milligrams.
Well, don't look at me. I only use natural substances of a herbal nature.
Patterson, could you run Mr. Brophy home, please?
Yes, boss.
I was wondering, man.
What?
This animal of
Big.
yours,
Yeah?
I sense an affinity.
Love at first sight, man.
Would you be interested in selling it?
No, I wouldn't. See you later, son. You stay here, mate. So, if Simon is telling the truth, and I think he probably is, what have we got?
Well, for one thing, a thief who knows what he's after clears out the cupboard to make it look like a chance break-in, but only takes the pethidine.
And then dumps the rest under the nearest bush. Not very smart.
No, it's hardly the nearest, boss. Look, if Brophy hadn't have turned up, it could have been there for months. Or maybe the thief was going to come back for it.
You spoken to Dave Pross yet?
Yeah, be here soon.
You going to have another chat with Tracy Mitchell?
Mags, you can take care of that.
A woman to woman, you mean?
Sounds like a good idea to me. All right, I'm going home for a shower. In the meantime, I'd like somebody to get stuck into this place with the air freshener, particularly my office. Come on, mate. Bath time.
You're out of order, Hashem.
Send your detective, Hashem, if you don't mind, Dave.
Yeah, well, there's a word for this sort of thing.
Let me guess. Harassment.
Yeah, well, that's one word for it.
Yeah, well, I'd call it helping the police with their inquiries, Dave. So let's stop beating around the bush, shall we? You're a known drug offender. You're associating with a nurse from the hospital. Drugs from that hospital have gone missing. Any comments?
Yeah, plenty. 1, I've been going straight since I got out. 2, she's my girlfriend. And 3, if you'd been doing your job properly, you'd know I was never into prescription stuff anyway.
What line of work are you in, Dave?
I'm on the dole like everyone else.
Yeah? You survive on that?
Not very well, but I'm working on it.
Bet you are.
And what's that supposed to mean?
No, it's just an observation. Here's another. What's a nice girl like Tracy Mitchell got herself mixed up
You
with?
leave Tracy out of this,
Out of
Hashem.
what, Dave?
Look, if you've got any charges to make them.
All right. Let's try this on, eh? You come out of the nick. You can't get a job. You can't take up farming again because it'd be too obvious. But you still got contacts you can do business with. Then you meet this nurse.
I've told you, leave her out of it.
Oh, it's difficult, Dave. You know, people who associate with known criminals. Mud sticks.
You're a bastard, Hashem.
She know you're inside?
Of course she knows.
And why?
And why, and her folks know too. At least they're prepared to give a guy another chance.
Yeah, well, there's lots of mugs out there, Dave.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Constable Doyle, I was wondering if I could speak to your daughter, Tracy, please.
I suppose it's about this hospital business.
Yes, it is.
I thought you'd answered all your questions.
There are 1 or 2 more questions I need to ask her. Is she here?
She's in bed. She's on night shift. Can't this wait?
No, I'm sorry, it can't. It's rather important.
Who is it, Dad?
It's the police. I told them you were asleep, but...
It's all right. I was getting up anyway. I'll be there in a minute.
OK, you better come in.
Thank you.
She'll just be a moment, if you'll excuse me.
Hi, who's that?
Just a visitor for Tracy, love.
Hello. Hi. Listen, sorry about this, Tracy. It's all right.
Can I get you a cup of tea or something?
No, thanks. I just wanted to talk to you about the burglary.
What about it?
There have been some further developments.
Oh, yeah?
We've recovered most of the drugs.
I have. Good.
I said most. Do you have any idea why a quantity of pethidine would still be missing?
No.
Look, Tracy, we understand that Dave Pross is your boyfriend.
That's right.
You never mentioned that before.
Well, what's it got to do with anything?
Oh, come on, Tracy. We know his background. I'm sure you do.
I knew this would happen.
What?
This. Just because he's been in trouble before. It's not fair. He's changed. He's a different person. I don't know why people can't give him a chance. I don't know why the police can't leave him alone.
You've got to admit he'd be an obvious suspect, Tracy. Now, listen, is there anything else you want to say about what happened that night?
No. It's exactly like I told you. Dave had nothing to do with it. I know he didn't.
Well, it was certainly someone who knew about drugs and knew exactly what they wanted. Maybe someone with a sick relative. Might need painkillers.
So what did she say to that?
Nothing. But she didn't look too happy. Look, boss, there's something going on. I know there is.
Yes, well, intuition isn't proof.
What about Dave Prosser?
Oh, you know, Mr. Innocent denies any connection with the burglary.
Yeah, well, I don't buy Tracy stealing pethidine for her mum. Why would she need to? Couldn't Mrs. Mitchell get all she wanted on prescription?
Well, I guess so, but Tracy could be topping her up.
Well, do we definitely know Mrs. Mitchell's taking pethidine?
Oh, I didn't want to ask. I mean, I didn't want it to be a direct accusation.
Fair enough. Now what?
Well, she discreet inquiries, checking her mother's medical history. Who's the doctor?
Drew. Well, Dr. Mackenzie. I made a point of finding that out.
Very diligent.
Actually, I'm having dinner with him and Gina tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I could make some informal inquiries about Mrs. Mitchell.
I think not. I think it's best to keep this official.
Absolutely, boss. It's never a good idea mixing business with pleasure.
Now, Mrs. Fell, this is a very simple procedure, so we should have you up in about no time at all.
Here so often. Sometimes I feel like this hospital's my second home.
Well, it's always our pleasure to have you. And Jeannie here will get you settled into the ward and make sure you have everything you need. And I will be around to see you at around 3 o'clock this afternoon, okay?
Doctor?
Thank you, Dr. Mackenzie.
Oh, Detective, how can I help you?
Just some questions, if you don't mind. Somewhere quiet.
Sure, I've only got a few minutes.
Oh, it shouldn't take long.
Okay, fine. I'll see you later.
Don't forget about dinner.
Oh, of course, Maggie's coming. You're welcome to join us if you like.
Thanks, but I've already made plans.
Okay, fine. This way. Detective, there are many different types of cancer. Mrs. Mitchell isn't in pain, so therefore she doesn't require pethidine. The only medication she requires is an anti-nauseant to make the chemotherapy a little more bearable.
So there'd be no motivation for her daughter to break into the dangerous drug safe and take pethidine?
Absolutely not. Look, maybe your time would be better spent finding the real criminals, like the local drug traffickers, for instance.
Which local drug traffickers would these be, Doctor?
You're the cop, you tell me. I mean, what do people do with your
I
time?
only have so many hours in the day, Dr. Mackenzie. And at the moment, this investigation takes priority.
Then maybe you should just get on with it.
You mentioned drug traffickers.
Detective, you'd be amazed what people tell their doctors.
Sure I would.
Oh, just one more thing. No one here had anything to do with that burglary. And if your investigation's bringing undue repercussions to this hospital, it won't just be the staff here that are under scrutiny.
Is that a threat, Doctor?
You can take that any way you like.
Drug trafficking? I think you might be right.
I doubt it.
Are you sure you're not just being biased? I mean, he might have some information that we should know about.
Maggie, the guy's a weasel.
All right, cut it out.
And the only information he'd have that I'd want to know about is who broke into the drug safe.
Look, whether Dr. Mackenzie's right or not, I want you all to keep your eyes and ears open. The last thing I want is for somebody like him to say we're not doing our jobs properly.
Well, I reckon it's time to pull the plug. Who's for a beer?
Me.
Mags, dinner with Dr. Mackenzie tonight. Looks like passing that senior Connie's exams open up all sorts of new doors.
Cooper, have you ever learned to keep your mouth shut?
Do you fancy a beer, Wayne?
No, thanks, mate. I've got better things to do.
Now, Wayne, you want some advice?
Nope.
Good. What you got to do is learn to roll with the punches.
Oh, did I tell you I didn't want your advice?
You cannot let galahs like Adam get to you. You got to let it all wash over you. It's the only way.
You finished?
I'm just trying to help you out.
Mate, last I remember, you were never too good at letting anything wash over you.
Yes, well, my boy, that's all in the past, isn't it? I mean, what you lose on the swings, you gain on the roundabouts. I mean, it alters your perspective.
Oh, yeah? Who gave you this gem of advice?
It's none of your business, matey. Oh, do you fancy a drink?
Why not?
Well, I don't know where Drew is. He's probably held up at the hospital. I hope you like overcooked pasta.
Look, I'm usually so hungry by the time I finish work I could eat anything, even soggy spaghetti.
So, how's life in the police force?
Well, the crime just keeps on happening. Still, it's a living.
Don't give me that. I know the glint of ambition when I see it.
Oh, you can talk.
Oh, no way, not me. After what I've been through, I'd settle for a quiet life and a few creature comforts any day.
Oh, yeah, since when?
Since I met a certain medical man with a Scottish name.
Ah, so this is actually quite serious.
Oh, he's great, Mags. He's always so full of energy, thinking of the most outrageous things to do. He's unpredictable, exciting, crazy. And I just feel so incredible when I'm with him.
Oh, stop it, you're making me jealous. Well, so you two can spend all day being crazy together and then at night you can, well, you can cook him soggy spaghetti.
Yeah.
Well, were you ever any good at exams?
Is there anyone?
That's what I reckon, unless you study for them day and night for a year beforehand.
Well, at least you get another go at this one.
Yeah, well, everyone's making such a big deal about me failing. I couldn't care less. I mean, look, everyone knew Doyle had passed, right? But why treat me like an idiot just because I didn't?
Oh, look, I'm sorry, Wayne. I better go and serve the rest of the bar. I'll see you later.
Idiot.
Go and see what's happening with those drinks, mate, because it's pretty obvious to everyone in the universe I'm beating you over here, so go and make yourself useful.
No, I had to.
Oh, what's happening?
I'm just checking out the scenery.
Wine? Where are the drinks?
Yeah, and you want to think you're dying of thirst.
There's a drought on.
Soggy spaghetti's one thing, mushy spaghetti's a definite no-no.
Oh, it doesn't matter, Gina.
Well, it does to me. My mother would go spare. I think I'm going to ring the hospital. Oh, saved by the bell.
Gina, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Lance Jordan thought he was having a heart attack. Turned out to be flatulence. That's medicine for you. Hi, Maggie.
G'day, Drew.
Smells good.
It's soggy.
Oh, soggy spaghetti and champagne. Oh, perfect. I'm starved. Let's eat.
Sergeant Croydon. I'm Patrick Mitchell.
Oh, g'day, how are you?
I wondered if we could have a word if it's not imposing too much.
Look, this couldn't wait till tomorrow, could it? I'd like to try and keep business at the office.
I think you'll be interested in what I have to say.
Oh, what is it?
We had a visit from a policewoman this morning.
Yeah.
Tracy told me what she said. You think it's her that took the drugs from the hospital for her mother. It's not true. She wouldn't do something like that. It was me.
You?
I'm the one dealing in drugs, and I've come to turn myself in.
So, there may be too many doctors in the city, I said. I mean, all those brass plates going up like melanomas, but not out here in the country. So there's your reason for all those migrating medicos who want to come out here. I mean, okay, fine. Welcome to this wide brown land of ours. Literally, because that's where you'll be practicing. And I'm talking too much. I know.
Not eating much.
Oh, she thinks I'm drunk.
Well, maybe she's right.
Okay, I admit it. Tell you what, how about I go make a cup of coffee? How about that? Get me back on the straight and narrow. You know it's a myth, it doesn't work. Still, we'll give it a go.
See what I mean? It's totally crazy.
Is he often like that?
No, not really, no. Want some more spaghetti?
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Thanks.
Liar. Drew. Drew! Are you all right? I think he's passed out. Can you help me lift him up? Yeah.
All right, let's get you to bed.
Oh.
Need a hand?
No, it's okay, thanks. I'm nearly finished.
Chris? What's the problem?
People are starting to notice.
Yeah, well, they're bound to eventually, aren't they?
Yeah, but that's the problem.
What? I don't get it.
Well, what are we going to tell them?
Well, I know what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them that being with you is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I don't care what they say.
Are you sure?
100%. Now let's go to bed.
How is he?
Sleeping. I think he's all right now.
Gina?
He was drunk. That's all it was.
Maybe. But he was still trying to shoot up, wasn't he?
Oh, it looks like it, yes. But you make it sound a lot worse than it is. I mean, he's a doctor. A lot of doctors take stuff to keep them going. For headaches and things. Hangovers.
Stuff like pethidine? Gina, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to report this.
Oh, come on, Maggie, please.
Have you ever thought that the reason Drew is so crazy and unpredictable might be because he's got a drug problem?
No, absolutely not. Honestly, Maggie, this is nothing serious. Drew knows what he's doing. Please, as a friend.
Mate, you look like a bucket of sick.
Thank you.
Grog's not the answer, you know.
Max, how'd you go last night?
What?
Dinner with Mount Thomas's medical hearthrug?
Yeah, it was okay, I guess.
There you go.
Wake up, Cooper. This isn't a rest home.
I'm just working on a brief, boss.
Oh, is that what you call it? Yo, PJ, I wanted a word with you. I think I might have found our drug dealers. Well, one of them, at least.
Hey, Nick, what's that all about?
Well, I don't know, do I? I only work here. Maybe they found something on that nurse. Where are you going?
I've got something to do.
Yeah, well, I only work here. The only bloody one who does.
Drug deal. Paddy Mitchell.
That's the way he put it. Anyway, it turned out once I'd calmed him down a bit that what he meant was he'd been getting stuff for his wife.
Pethidine.
No, grass.
What? Marijuana?
Look, she'd been prescribed anti-nauseants to help with the chemotherapy. But they had some pretty nasty side effects. So apparently somebody told Pat that marijuana had really helped with a relation of theirs, so he got hold of some. Hey presto, did the trick. So he kept on giving it to her. But being the solid citizen that he is, he felt guilty and kept it to himself. Tracy had no idea what was going on, nor did Doreen.
Yeah, but she must have had some idea.
No, she didn't smoke it. It seems that Pat does most of the cooking, and he's quite a dab hand. And baking is his speciality.
Hash brownies.
Couple with morning and afternoon tea, and Doreen was feeling a whole lot better.
And all this business at the hospital, and Tracy falls under suspicion.
So he confesses to get her off the hook, even if, as he puts it, they lock him up and throw away the key.
Well, it's hardly likely. I mean, some doctors are recommending it these days.
Yeah, that's what I told him, but what really interests me is who got the marijuana for him.
What, did he tell you?
No. No, he said he was no dobber, but you wouldn't need to be Sherlock Holmes to work out who he knows that could get the stuff for him.
David Prossar.
Could be.
I'll go and have a chat to him down the pub.
Good idea.
Lay off.
Was a nice...
Yeah, I know what you said. I don't want to hear it.
What's going on?
I just offered to go down and pick him up breakfast from the Paragon.
Oh, I can imagine Patterson.
What do I do?
My office now.
Thanks, mate. I didn't do anything.
Except come to work with a hangover.
No law against that?
No, Patterson, there isn't. And we all like the occasional drink. But when your drinking starts to interfere with your operational efficiency...
I'm okay.
Except when your mates offer you greasy hamburgers. Look, you can sit for the exam again.
Not much point.
Doyle passed because she put in the hard work. You didn't, and you failed.
Yes, boss.
Now, we both know that you're perfectly capable of passing it.
Do we?
Yes, Patterson, we do. Wayne, you've got a lot of potential to go a long way in this job. You've just got to learn to...
Roll with the punches.
Yes. And try and go easy on the booze.
Maggie, I had too much to drink last night. That is all.
Is it? What about the syringe, Drew? It was pethidine, wasn't it?
So what? I had a headache coming on and I wanted to nip it in the bud. Look, it was a bit stupid, I know, but you saw the condition I was in.
Bit tired and emotional, eh?
Maggie, what are you trying to do? Set me up?
No, I want the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to see an innocent person blamed for something they didn't do.
Neither do I, especially when it's me. Look, I know what you suggested to Gina last night, and I'm neither a drug addict or a thief, and I won't have my professional integrity maligned by you or anybody else. So get off my back.
Everything will be fine, Mrs. Johnson. Oh, did you find him?
Yes, thank you. Stella, do you happen to remember the name of Dr. Mackenzie's partnership in Melbourne? He did tell me, but I've completely forgotten.
G'day.
Oh, a bit early for you, isn't it?
Never too early to see you, Chrissy.
I'm full of repartee as well. Must be the weather.
Well, must be something. Now, look at you lately. Got a sparkle in your eye, a bit of a spring in your step. Any particular reason?
That's my business.
I'm sure it is. That's what I want to see.
What do you want, Brophy?
Where's Tom Croydon?
He's busy.
Well, this is important, man.
If you've come about his dog, man, you can forget about it.
Well, I'll just come through.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You'll stay right there. Back a metre. Back a metre. Thank you. Constable Cooper, can you see to Mr. Brophy, please?
Why me?
Because you're a dog lover.
No, I'm not.
Because you're a junior constable.
Well, you're the senior. You do it.
All right. If it'll shut you two up, I'll do it. How can I help you, mate?
Are you an animal lover?
Yeah, sure. Why?
So am I. I mean, live and let live, you know, but not when they're hurting poor defenceless animals.
So you want to report cruelty to animals?
Something like that.
Okay, you better come through.
You sure about this?
I'll swear on anything you like, man.
It's not some drug-induced hallucination?
No way. Come on, I'll show you if you don't believe me. What do you got to lose?
All right, but you better be right. Come on.
So, you're going with him?
Yep.
Why?
Tell you later after I've seen the evidence.
Oh, good on you, mate. Rather you than me.
We'll see.
Good on you.
All right, so it was me. So what? Look, she was really sick with the chemo. I couldn't stand that. I don't like to see people suffer, especially not a nice old lady like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Tracy and her parents are the best thing that's ever happened to me. I had to do something.
All right, let's get this straight. You provided Pat Mitchell with marijuana to give to his wife.
Yes.
So, you're back in business again?
What?
Growing.
No way.
Come on, Dave, don't give me that. We've heard already what's
Look,
going
I
on.
don't care what you've heard. It wasn't me.
So where did you get this stuff from?
On the street, down in Melbourne.
Well, why would you buy it? You can grow it for nothing.
Look, I've been inside once. I don't want to go back. I paid for it out of my own pocket, and that's the truth.
Well, I still don't understand this voluntary community service, Dave.
Look, they're my girlfriend's parents. I had to do something. I told him I had a couple of plants in the backyard.
Why did you lie to him?
I didn't want him to feel like he owed me. So, like an apology or what?
You're lucky we're not charging you with trafficking. We'll be in touch.
He's in the clear then?
As far as the hospital job's concerned, any ideas?
I think so.
Oh, yeah?
Your office? So I got on the phone to a Dr. Williams, one of his ex-partners. Now, he was fairly tight-lipped, but I'm pretty sure they were glad to see the back of him.
So Mackenzie was pushed rather than fell?
Yep, looks like it.
Did Williams give a reason?
Not up front, but I gather it had something to do with drugs, especially after what I saw last night and how he reacted this morning.
So our local hero could have feet of clay after all.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
No, just that my instincts were correct.
Is arrogance part of being a senior as well, Senior?
No, it's not. But you should have told me this earlier. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. Now, none of this proves that Mackenzie's had his hands in the drug safe. But it'd be good to check out his response to Williams' accusations.
But they weren't direct accusations.
Mackenzie doesn't know that, Max. You coming?
It's absolute rubbish, Stella.
Are you telling you what she said, Doctor?
And I'm telling you she made a mistake.
Problem?
Look, this is a medical problem. You didn't call the police.
No, she didn't. But since we're here...
Well, this has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Mrs. Downer?
One of our patients, Mrs. Fell, seems to think that Dr. Mackenzie didn't give her the proper dose of painkillers.
Pethidine?
Yes.
Look, this is ludicrous. How would she know how much pethidine she had?
Maybe we should ask her.
The fact that I'm still in pain after having the injection means that I didn't have enough. I've had enough operations to know the effect of painkillers. And these haven't affected me at all.
I think we should continue this down at the station, Doctor.
Are you seriously accusing me of stealing medication from my patient?
We have reason to believe that that may be the case.
This is just crazy.
Will you take a blood test?
No, I won't, and you can't make me. There's no justification.
I think we have every justification, Doctor, considering after what your previous partners told Constable Doyle.
Well, that's just rubbish. Anyway, they wouldn't...
Wouldn't what?
Nothing.
Wouldn't tell her they got rid of you because of drug abuse. Well, they didn't have to spell it out, right, Maggie?
Right.
And if push comes to shove, they will. Believe me. Especially if you want to make an issue out of it.
Oh, yes, Doctor, we would.
All right. I admit from time to time I have taken certain substances to help me through a difficult patch.
Mrs. Fell's pethidine?
Yes.
What about the drugs cupboard? Was that you?
Yes, that was me. It was a stupid spur-of-the-moment thing. I could hardly go in and demand the stuff, the state I was in. When I looked in and I saw that no one was around, I just went for it. And I smashed the window to make it look like an outside job. Okay, is that what you wanted to hear?
It'll do to be going along with.
I'm still a bloody good doctor, not one of those pathetic little street junkies. I only started to use the stuff so I could be better at my job. Just got out of hand, that's all.
Oh, that's what they all say, Doctor. Even the pathetic little street junkies.
Drew, what's going on? They said at the hospital that you'd been arrested.
Gina.
Is it true? Have you been arrested?
It's just a technical problem. I'll take care of it.
It was you, wasn't it? The break-in.
Gina, can we talk about this some other time? As you can see, I'm slightly preoccupied right now.
He has to see the police, Dr.
You
Gina.
let them blame Tracy.
Oh, come on, Gina.
You used her and me.
It wasn't like that.
And I told Maggie she was wrong about you.
Oh, Gina.
Let her settle down. Get him out of here.
What? So this way, Dr. Feelgood? Well,
Where the hell have you been?
bushwalking.
Would you care to explain that?
Simon Brophy came good. Took me to the biggest dope plantation this side of Melbourne. The rumours are right, mate. The commercial growers are back in business.
Simon told them in.
Too right he did. Reckon they're giving the cottage industry a bad name. What's more, they're setting traps to stop the wombats eating the plants. And you know how our Simon feels about animals. He reckoned you'd understand, boss.
Spot any growers?
No, but Simon says they're about due up from Melbourne for their monthly inspection.
Then I think we should provide them with a little reception committee. You and Schultz work together. The rest of you look after the other side of the area, and I'll let St David's know what we're up to. Oh, by the way, good one.
G'day.
Out of the car, mate. Hands on your head.
Here's to Wayne Patterson. He might not be much good at the bookwork, but when it comes to a flying tackle, he's a hard man to beat.
See what I mean? Swings and roundabouts.
Right, so what about Dave Prosser and the Mitchells?
Bond at the most, I'd say. Probably get off with a warning. I think it's your shout, Constable.
I feel like such an idiot. It's not your fault. You knew there was something wrong. Should have listened to you.
Well, I should have been more insistent.
Good try, Maggie. But I should have worked it out. I was one who was living with him. I suppose I just didn't want to know the truth. What do you think will happen to him?
Oh, a bond for the break-in. Almost certainly a suspension. But if he agrees to go into detox, restricted practicing licence.
I mean, no drugs.
Limited prescription. But one thing's for sure, I doubt if there'll be a position for him in Mount Thomas again.
I can really pick him, can't I?
Look, this is such a cliche, Gina, but in time, it'll get better.
And the worst thing is, I gave up my flat to move in with him. And now, I guess it's back home to my parents.
You don't get on with them?
Oh, no, it's not that. They're great. Mama thought Drew was Christmas on a stick. Oh, well.
Hey, listen, I've got a spare room at my place if you're interested.
You serious?
Oh, yeah, if you don't mind living with a copper.
Well, minded, it'd be perfect. You could ward off all the villains.
While you cook that famous soggy spaghetti of yours.
Thanks, Maggie.
Come on, mate. Time we went home.
Oh, how about a trade, man? For the dog?
I don't think you have anything I actually want, Simon. Come on, mate. I'll cook you up some sausages.
Isn't that called bribery?
Enlightened self-interest, Patterson. Come on, Dick. Isn't that right?
See you, Chris.
See ya.
It's no big deal, you know.
You've guessed, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a bit of a cradle snatcher.
Come on, Chris, it's the 90s. He's a lucky bloke. Hey, I mean that.
What? Yes, now all you got to do is wait till one of us falls off the twig and gets pushed.
I'll get a transfer. Don't put ideas into her head. She's needed here.
Well, it's really nice to know that I'm wanted, so I take it I get the day off now.
No, just drinks at the pub tonight and don't push it, Doyle. You're not a senior yet.
The exam results?
PJ heard on the grapevine.
So I take it I came top of the class?
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yes, Mrs. Dowd.
Oh, well, guess I'm just not the academic type.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, right.
Thanks.
Right, we're on our way. Break-in at the hospital looks like drugs.
Right.
Yeah, better take someone with you.
Oh, Maggie, might be calling you boss next year.
They obviously forced the toilet window.
What, of the geriatrics ward?
That's right.
Who's on duty, Stella?
We should start at the moment, so it was just one nurse, Tracy Mitchell, but she was down the other end of the ward.
She didn't hear anything?
Apparently not. Look, I think you better speak to her yourself.
Good morning. Well, Stella, you have been embezzling the coffee money again, have you?
Really, Doctor?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm afraid we had a burglary last night, Dr. Mackenzie. The dangerous drugs cupboard in the geriatric ward.
You're joking. I thought I left all that sort of stuff behind me in Melbourne.
Well, we have our problems here, too.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Senior Detective Hashem, Drew Mackenzie.
Oh, Detective, I've heard a lot about you.
Have you?
All good, believe me.
Good.
Anyway, I must get going. Nice to meet you again,
Bye-bye.
Maggie. Bye-bye.
This way, please.
Wait. How do you know him?
Gina Belfonte, the ambulance driver, you know, pretty dark hair.
Yeah, good figure. Another one. Yeah.
They've just moved in together.
What? Oh, pretty fast worker.
I wouldn't know.
I was right down the far end of the corridor. I've told Mrs. Down already I've got a patient who needs his IV checked every hour.
This would have made quite a bit of noise.
I didn't hear anything.
I see anyone?
No.
So, Tracy, you just found the cupboard like that?
Yes.
So what exactly is missing?
The whole kit and caboodle. Aspirin, rohypnol, pethidine, you name it. I can let you have a list if you like.
Thank you.
You don't think they were looking for anything in particular, then?
Wouldn't say so. Just trying their luck, I suppose. Maybe one of those hippies out along the old St. David's Road.
Well, we'll see.
Can I go now? My mother will be wondering where I am.
Okay. We'll probably need to talk to you later on.
I know what you might be thinking, Mr. Hashem, but you're wrong. Not Tracy. I've known her quite some time. She's loyal, trustworthy. Wish there were more people like her. Her mother's got cancer. She'd be lost without Tracy. So would her father.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, who else would it be?
You'd be surprised. Listen, why don't you go and get dressed? I can't really have half-naked men cluttering at my pub.
Could afford me, Chris.
Someone might come in.
What, at this time of the morning?
Haven't you got a job to go to?
Yeah, the afternoon shift.
No, listen, some of us are busy even if you're not. Oh, look, I'm sorry, but this is just going to take a bit of getting used to.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. You're just going to have to be patient. Okay?
I suppose so. I'll go and get dressed then.
Good idea.
To know what you're missing out on, Chris.
So, what do you think about Nurse Mitchell?
I thought her story was a bit thin.
Come on, to say the least.
She just didn't seem the type, though, did she?
What type is that, Max?
Druggy type.
Well, come on, they come in all shapes and sizes, you know that.
So you think she's lying?
Through her teeth. Look, that break-in story's a lot of garbage.
Well, the toilet window was forced, but then again, that could have been a cover-up.
Oh, there you go. Now you're starting to think like a senior Connie.
You meant intelligently.
No, I mean sneaky, suspicious. Never trust anyone.
Do you think she's involved?
No, she spent a couple of years in the city. Picked up a few bad habits.
The drug squad know anything about it?
Nope, nothing yet. Let's see what we can dig up locally, though.
I'm just saying, you know...
Too much, as usual, Cooper. I want you and Wayne to take a drive out to St David's Road. Sniff out what you can from the local pot.